Imagine you're a ship's cat. One minute you're chasing rats and sleeping in the captain's cap. The next you're caught in the middle of a war. Shrapnel tears through the ship. Your face is burnt, your whiskers are gone. And yet, you still get up, go back to work, and save an entire crew from starvation. Not bad for a stray tomcat from Hong Kong, eh? Today we're telling the extraordinary true story of able sea cat Simon, the only cat in history to receive the Dickin Medal, the animal world's Victoria Cross. If you enjoy true British war stories with the most unexpected heroes, make sure you're subscribed, because this one only gets more unbelievable. Simon was born around 1947, most likely on the docks of Hong Kong, a stray surviving on scraps like so many others. In May 1948, a 17-year-old ordinary seaman named George Hickenbottom smuggled him aboard HMS Amethyst, a Black Swan-class sloop of the Royal Navy. At first, Simon was just another ship's cat, thin, a bit scruffy, exceptionally good at catching rats. The crew quickly grew fond of him. Simon had a habit of leaving dead rats in sailors' bunks as gifts. Charming, in his own way. By early 1949, Simon had become a firm favourite. He often slept inside the captain's cap at night. Life aboard HMS Amethyst was good, but it wasn't going to stay that way for long. In April 1949, HMS Amethyst was ordered up the Yangtze River, sent to guard the British Embassy in Nanjing during the final, chaotic days of the Chinese Civil War. On the morning of April the 20th, 1949, without warning, communist artillery opened fire. Shells rained down on the ship. One direct hit tore a hole more than a foot wide through the steel plate of the captain's quarters. Lieutenant Commander Bernard Skinner was killed instantly. 25 crew members died that day. Many more were badly wounded. And Simon was hit by 4 pieces of shrapnel. His face was severely burnt. His whiskers were completely singed off. Terrified and injured, he fled deep into the ship's hull. And for 5 days, he disappeared. The crew assumed he was dead. And before we reach the most incredible part of Simon's story, take a moment to subscribe. These forgotten heroes deserve to be remembered. 5 days later, hunger finally forced Simon out of hiding. The ship's cook found him, barely alive, and carried him to the sick bay. No one expected him to survive. But Simon refused to give up. As he recovered, slowly, painfully, he did something extraordinary. He went straight back to work. With food supplies dangerously low and rats overrunning the ship, Simon launched a one-cat war on the vermin. He killed dozens, perhaps hundreds. The crew even named the largest, boldest rat Mao Tse-tung. Simon hunted it down and killed it single-handedly. Or rather, single-pawedly. But his greatest service wasn't just catching rats. Every day Simon visited the sick bay, curling up beside wounded sailors, purring softly. Men later said that Simon's presence kept their spirits alive when everything else was falling apart. For 101 days, HMS Amethyst remained trapped in the river, under constant threat of renewed attack. Through it all, Simon never stopped. On the night of July 30th, 1949, under cover of darkness, HMS Amethyst finally made a daring escape downriver. Simon had played his part. Back in Britain, Simon became a national hero. Newspapers dubbed him Able Sea Cat Simon. In August 1949, he was formally awarded the Dickin Medal. The citation reads, "Served on HMS Amethyst during the Yangtze incident, disposing of many rats though wounded by shell blast. Throughout the incident, his behaviour was of the highest order." Simon also received the Amethyst Campaign Medal, a Blue Cross medal, and the honorary rank of Able Sea Cat. When HMS Amethyst docked in Plymouth, crowds gathered to cheer. Simon was the most famous cat in Britain. But Simon's story doesn't end in triumph. Like all animals entering the UK, he was placed into quarantine. His war injuries had weakened him more than anyone realised. On November 28, 1949, aged just 2 years old, Simon died from complications caused by his wounds. Hundreds attended his funeral at the PDSA Animal Cemetery in Ilford, East London, including the entire surviving crew of HMS Amethyst. His gravestone reads, "Throughout the Yangtze incident, his behaviour was of the highest order. To this day, as of 2026, Simon remains the only cat ever to receive the Dickin Medal. So next time your cat knocks something off the table or demands food at 3 in the morning, remember this. Once, there was a cat who faced artillery fire, saved a ship's crew, and earned the highest honour an animal can receive. With nothing but courage and a remarkable instinct to survive, Simon proved that even the smallest creatures can show the greatest bravery. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which British animal hero should we cover next? The Blitz dog Rip, who saved over 100 Londoners. Gustav the D-Day pigeon, or Warrior the horse, who survived the entire First World War. Leave your choice in the comments, subscribe for more incredible true stories from British history, and thank you for watching. Because sometimes, even cats can be heroes.